Hey, before we dive in, tell me real quick in the comments. Where are you watching from? Florida, Michigan, or somewhere fancy like your recliner with a cat in your lap? Seriously, don't leave me hanging. I love knowing where my 70-plus legends are tuning in from. Now, let me ask you a wild question. Can you still carry your own grocery bag? Or do you look at that bag of potatoes like it's trying to fight you? Look, after 70, life is different. Joints creak like old floorboards, naps become sacred, and technology. Don't even get me started. Why do remote controls have so many buttons now? But here's the good news. Aging doesn't mean decline. Not if you play your cards right. In fact, if you can still do just 6 simple things, you're not just getting older. You're winning at life. I've been in the longevity field for over 25 years. I've worked with athletes, war veterans, grandmas who run 5Ks, and uncles who still flirt with the nurse during blood pressure checks. But the seniors who live the longest and happiest ain't always the richest, the fittest, or the fanciest. They're the ones who still do these 6 things, even if imperfectly. Let me tell you about a Harold now, 74 years old, retired firefighter, lives in Ohio. Came to my clinic last year looking mad. I mean, he came in like, "Doc, they told me to buy a walker. I told them I'll walk out of this building before I use that thing." But when I checked his vitals, they were spot on. Resting heart rate, excellent. Balance, better than some 40-year-olds. Memory, sharp. You know what Harold told me? "Doc, I may be old, but I ain't done winning yet." That's the spirit I'm talking about. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving, keep laughing, and keep living with intention. So today I'm going to walk you through 6 things. If you're still doing them after 70, even halfway, you're winning at life. And if you're not doing all 6, that's okay. Stick with me to the end. I'll show you how to get back on track without spending a dime or buying another useless supplement. Stay till the end for my free 10-second self-test that predicts your health future. Let's jump into number 1, but before we do, go ahead and like this video so YouTube shows it to more amazing seniors like you. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to Senior Spring Vitality, where growing older isn't a curse, it's a comeback. Okay now, be honest. When you got out of bed this morning, did you make the hoof sound or the stretch with a knee pop? Don't worry. I'm not judging, I'm just checking. Because what if I told you that your ability to rise without grunting is actually one of the biggest silent indicators of longevity and independence after 70? This is what we call a functional mobility cue. It's not just about standing up. It's about how your muscles, joints, and nervous system are talking to each other behind the scenes. Studies from the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy show that seniors who can rise from sitting to standing with ease are more likely to avoid falls, stay active, and maintain brain function longer. Surprising, right? Let me tell you about Mr. Harold from Pennsylvania. He's 75, came into my office last year after a minor stumble in his kitchen. Nothing major, but he told me, "Doc, it scared the daylights out of me." You know what we did? We didn't just slap on a cane. We ran a sit-to-stand test. He was struggling. We put him on a simple program, 10 sit-to-stands from a dining chair, twice a day. 2 months later, he walks without hesitation, and more importantly, he gets up like a ninja. Here's what you can do right now, after this video, of course. Go find a stable chair, sit down, then stand up, try it 10 times. Can you do it without using your hands? If yes, you're winning. If not, great news. You just found your first goal. Start practicing daily. The Mayo Clinic confirms that even this simple move trains your thighs, glutes, and balance, the trifecta of fall prevention. Drop a comment below. How many sit-to-stands can you do without using your hands? Be honest, no one's judging. This is your victory check-in. So if you're over 70 and can get up from that chair like you're still 50, guess what? You're absolutely crushing it. That's a huge win. And if you're not there yet, no stress. You can get there. Progress over perfection, always. All right, folks, real quick, How many of you have more friends on Facebook than in real life? Be honest. Some of y'all are out here sending happy birthday messages to people you haven't spoken to since 1973 and calling it socializing. Well, let me set the record straight. Scrolling and liking a post doesn't count as a social life. But here's the wild part. Science says that your real-life social interactions after 70 might be more powerful than your cholesterol numbers or blood pressure levels when it comes to predicting how long you'll live. You heard me. The Harvard study of adult development, the longest-running study on aging in history, found that loneliness was more deadly than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Can you imagine? We don't often think of loneliness as a health hazard, but it is. Let me tell you about Miss Gloria from Sacramento. She's 81. Sharp mind, good heart, decent health. But when her husband passed, she slowly stopped going out. No church, no book club, even stopped calling her sister. When I asked her how she was doing, she said, "Doctor, I feel like I'm disappearing." That crushed me. So we came up with a connection plan. 1 phone call a day, 1 lunch a week, 1 church visit per month. You know what happened? She lit up again. She joined a local crochet group. And 2 years later, she now runs that group. Gloria got her spark back. So here's your challenge, my friend, and don't roll your eyes at me. I want you to call someone today. Just one person. Maybe it's your cousin you haven't spoken to since Thanksgiving 2009. Maybe it's the neighbor who waves at you every day while walking their dog. Say hello, invite them over for tea, or take that leap and join a local community group. A 2023 study by the National Institute on Aging shows that seniors who maintain at least 3 close social relationships live an average of 5 to 7 years longer. And we're not talking about people with perfect health, just people with connected hearts. So if your idea of bonding is yelling at Jeopardy with your cat, it might be time to spice it up. Call someone, hug someone, laugh with someone. Trust me, your immune system, your brain, and your heart will thank you. Okay, let's settle this once and for all. Doing 37 crossword puzzles a day won't make you a genius. In fact, some of y'all are solving crosswords so much that you know more 3-letter European rivers than your own grandkids' names. But here's the thing. Real cognitive resilience. After 70, the kind that keeps your memory sharp, your mind flexible, and your spirit creative, doesn't just come from puzzles. It comes from something way more surprising. Trying new things. Yep, novelty is the secret. The brain thrives when it's challenged with the unfamiliar. Think of your brain like a garden. If you plant the same seed over and over, my same Sudoku, same rerun, same oatmeal, it stops growing. But try something different. A new dance class, a Spanish podcast, learning to draw a mango. Boom. New neurons sprouting, literally. Meet Mr. Howard, age 76, retired engineer. Hadn't painted a thing since 8th grade art class. One day, on a dare from his granddaughter, he bought a beginner watercolor kit. 6 months later, he's painting local parks, entering art shows, and even teaching classes at the senior center. His memory improved, his blood pressure dropped, and the man looks 10 years younger. You can see it in his eyes. They're alive again. You don't need to paint like Picasso or dance like Beyoncé, but you do need to shake up your brain. Try learning a song in a new language, cook a recipe you've never made, visit a museum and ask ridiculous questions. Researchers at UC Irvine found that seniors who engaged in mentally challenging new activities, not just repetitive ones, showed a 30% increase in memory function in just 12 weeks. That's massive. That's brain rejuvenation. So what are you doing this week that your brain has never seen before? I'm serious. Pick one thing, make it strange, make it new, surprise your own neurons. Because after 70, it's not about doing more of the same. It's about daring your brain to grow. All right, folks, let's get real for a second. I know nobody wants to talk about it, but your bathroom routine? Yep, that sacred solo mission of yours. It's secretly giving away your whole health status. Constipation that lasts longer than your favorite TV series and gas that could clear a room. or bowel movements that are more mysterious than a spy thriller, these aren't just awkward, they're red flags. Let me tell you about Ms. Clara. Sweet woman, 82 years young, sharper than a whip, but for years she thought it was normal to go once every 4 days. She just blamed it on getting older. Until one day she tried to do a yoga stretch, couldn't bend forward, and realized she wasn't just stiff. She was backed up like a rush hour freeway. Here's the gut truth. Digestive issues are not a normal part of aging. But they're so common, people just accept them. That's dangerous, because your gut is your second brain. When it's out of sync, your mood drops, your immune system weakens, your heart feels it, your sleep tanks, even your skin rebels. If you're over 70 and your digestion is off, don't ignore it. Don't let it slide. Start asking, am I drinking enough water? Is my diet full of fiber or just full of toast and tea? Have I been on medications that affect my gut bacteria? Do I chew slowly or eat like it's a competition? Here's what your gut loves after 70. Hydration. Aim for 6 to 8 cups of water daily. Prebiotic foods like garlic, onions, and oats. Probiotic power, yogurt, kefir, or a supplement if your doc says okay. Gentle movement. Even a 15-minute walk massages your intestines. Less sugar and processed food, because your gut bacteria throw a tantrum when fed junk. By the way, 90% of serotonin, your feel-good chemical, is made in the gut. That's right. Your mood depends on your poops. So next time you visit the bathroom, don't just flush and forget. Pay attention. Your gut's trying to send you a message, and it might just be the most honest doctor you'll ever meet. Because if you can go regularly, comfortably, and confidently after 70, let me tell you something. You're winning at life. All right, let's cut the fluff. If you're over 70 and you're using sugar, caffeine, or naps longer than your favorite movie to fake energy, we need to talk. Because there's real energy. And then there's the crash and burn kind that leaves you staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., wondering why your knees hurt and your brain won't shut off. I once had a client, let's call him Mr. Harold, who thought his secret weapon was 3 cups of coffee and 2 cinnamon rolls every morning. Sure, he was buzzing by 9 a.m., but by noon, out cold in the recliner, snoring louder than a tractor. Folks, that's not energy. That's a sugar-induced roller coaster. Let me tell you my top 5 signs your energy isn't real. 1. You crash hard after lunch, even if you barely moved all day. 2. You need a nap to survive the afternoon. 3. You wake up more tired than when you went to bed. 4. You're wired at night, but slow during the day. 5. You rely on caffeine, sugar, or energy drinks, like they're vitamins. Sound familiar? Here's what most people don't know. True energy doesn't come from stimulation, it comes from restoration. And yes, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond, you can feel vibrant without needing a gallon of coffee or a 3-hour nap. Let's keep it simple. Morning. Sunlight. 10 minutes of natural light every morning resets your body clock and boosts melatonin at night. Balanced meals. Eat proteins, healthy fats, and whole carbs in each meal. Skip the sugar roller coaster. Movement boost. Light stretching, walking, or even standing up every hour keeps your blood flowing and mitochondria buzzing. Power naps only. If you nap, cap it at 20-30 minutes max. Anything longer throws off your sleep rhythm. Sleep rituals. No screens 1 hour before bed. Sip warm chamomile tea. Read a calming book. Your brain needs gentle cues to power down. Your cells have these tiny power plants called mitochondria. They're responsible for your energy. But guess what? They hate inflammation, sugar spikes, and bad sleep. So if you're inflamed, wired, or crashing midday, your mitochondria are basically filing a complaint. Real energy is like a savings account. You deposit little by little every day. Good food, good sleep, sunshine, deep breathing. And when you need it, boom, you've got it. If you can wake up, Feel steady, stay active through the day, and wind down peacefully at night. That's the win. That's a sign you're not just aging, you're aging like a champion. Here's a truth bomb. Your real age isn't what your birth certificate says. It's what your joints say. You might be 75 on paper, but if you can't bend down to pick up a sock without groaning like an old door hinge, your body may be screaming 90. Let's do a quick test. Ready? Test 1. Sit and reach. Sit on the edge of your bed. Now try to touch your toes. Can't reach? That's a sign your flexibility and spine health needs work. Can't even get past your knees? Your hamstrings are begging for attention. Test 2. One leg, stand. Stand tall. Lift one foot slightly off the ground. Count to 10. Wobbly or tipping over at 3 seconds. That's your balance screaming for help. Test 3. Arm overlap. Take one hand over your shoulder and the other from behind your back. Can your fingers touch? No? That's a red flag on shoulder mobility. These aren't just silly stretches, they're functional aging indicators, meaning they reveal how well your body's aging on the inside. Stiff joints, weak balance, tight muscles, they don't just make life harder, they increase your fall risk, reduce circulation, and accelerate aging. But here's the good news. Your flexibility and mobility are not fixed. You can absolutely reclaim them, even if it's been decades since you last touched your toes. Do these 4 daily movements. They'll make a world of difference. Seated, forward stretch. 30 seconds daily to loosen your lower back and hamstrings. Neck rolls, shoulder circles. Smooths out tension and improves blood flow to your brain. Heel to toe rocking. Simple motion to restore foot strength and balance. Wall push-ups. Light pressure that strengthens joints and arms without strain. Add deep breathing with each move. Why? Oxygen fuels your joints and muscles. It's like oiling rusty hinges. Don't let a stiff back, tight knees, or shaky ankles define your age. With 10 minutes a day, you can retrain your body to move like it's younger than it looks. Mobility isn't just about movement, it's about independence. And no, it's not vitamin C or D. It's one most doctors forget to mention, but it can make or break your energy levels. Let's talk about vitamin B12, the quiet energy powerhouse. This little vitamin is responsible for keeping your nerves healthy, your red blood cells forming, and your brain sharp. When it's low, your body can't carry oxygen properly. The result? Fatigue, brain fog, dizziness, even shortness of breath. Sound familiar? Quick checklist. Are you low? Let me ask you 5 simple questions. Do you feel tired no matter how much you sleep? Do you forget small things like names or why you walked into a room? Do you feel lightheaded when standing up? Do your legs or feet tingle sometimes? Are you over 65? If you said yes to 2 or more, you may be running low on B12. Why it happens after 70. As we age, our stomach produces less acid, which is needed to absorb B12 from food. Add in medications like antacids, metformin, or blood pressure pills, and you've got a recipe for deficiency. Here's the fix, and it's surprisingly simple. Eat more B12-rich foods. Eggs, salmon, sardines, beef liver, and fortified cereals. Ask your doctor about B12 shots or sublingual tablets. They're absorbed directly and work fast. Combine B12 with folate and B6 to support your brain and heart as well. I recommend all my patients over 70 get their B12 checked once a year. It's a quick blood test, but the results can change your life. I've seen seniors go from sluggish and forgetful to walking tall and sharp as a tack, just by correcting this one vitamin. So if you wake up tired, don't just blame it on age. Get your B12 in check, because your best years still need your best energy. Remember, after 70, if you're still curious, still vibrant, and still full of life, you are absolutely winning. Let's be honest, and after 70, making new friends can feel harder than learning TikTok. But let me tell you something that no pill nor smoothie can do. Human connection is the most underrated anti-aging medicine in the world. Here's a shocking fact. A 75-year Harvard study found that loneliness is more dangerous than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Yeah, 15. It shortens your life, increases the risk of heart disease, Alzheimer's, depression, and even weakens your immune system. Now, let me ask you something. When was the last time you laughed with someone until your belly hurt? After 70, a lot changes. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, kids are busy, and you might think, I'm fine on my own. But your brain craves connection. Not just casual talk, but real, meaningful moments. Here are 5 simple ways to reignite connection at any age. 1. Walk with a neighbor. Even 10 minutes a day can lift your mood and spark conversations. 2. Start the 1 call a day rule. Call a sibling, an old friend, or a grandchild. No texting, real voice-to-voice. 3. Join a book club or community group. Even online, your brain treats Zoom social time like real-time engagement. 4. Volunteer or join a local church group. Serving others gives you purpose and people. 5. Play games. Seriously. Scrabble, dominoes, even bingo nights boost mental sharpness and emotional bonding. One study showed that older adults who had regular social interaction had memory scores 20% higher than those who were isolated. Why? Because conversation stimulates the brain, reduces cortisol, and increases feel-good hormones like oxytocin. Translation: chatting with your friend is literally a workout for your brain. So here's your prescription, and it comes without side effects. Call someone today, invite them for tea, or just sit in the park and say hello to a stranger. Because every connection you make adds a little more life to your years. Remember, after 70, if you still have people to love, stories to share, and laughter in your lungs, you are winning at life. You want to live longer? No, you don't need kale smoothies, fancy vitamins, or goat yoga. What you really need is a good old belly laugh. Seriously, if you can still laugh after 70, you're basically a superhero. Let me blow your mind for a second. When you laugh, your body releases endorphins, boosts immune cells, and lowers your stress hormone cortisol. Laughter literally acts like a natural painkiller, a circulation booster, and a mental clarity enhancer. So next time your knee's acting up, maybe try a rerun of I Love Lucy before popping another pill. Researchers in Japan found that seniors who laughed daily had lower blood pressure and sharper cognitive function. In another study, laughter therapy improved quality of life in elderly care homes, not by a little, but dramatically. Here's the kicker. People who laugh often are 40% less likely to develop age-related memory issues. Now that's funny and fantastic. I once met a 92-year-old gentleman named Mr. Harold. Every morning he'd tell his plants a joke. Yes, his plants. Guess what? He outlived every neighbor on his block, had 0 medications, and told jokes better than a late-night host. I asked him what his secret was. He said, "Keep laughing, son. It's cheaper than health insurance." Want to get your daily dose of laughter vitamins? Try this. Watch silly pet videos. I mean, who doesn't love a puppy in sunglasses? Rewatch your favorite comedy from the 70s or 80s. Read a joke book, or better yet, write your own. Call your funny cousin, who always made you laugh at Thanksgiving. Join a senior improv or storytelling group. Yes, those exist. My official recommendation? Laugh at least 15 minutes a day. It keeps your brain sharp, your heart young, and your spirit light. Forget the fountain of youth. You've got the giggle of youth. Remember, if you're over 70 and still cracking jokes, you're not just living, you're thriving. So tell me this, what made you laugh today? Was it a memory, a friend, a video? Drop it in the comments. Someone else might need that same laugh today. Let me ask you something simple. When was the last time you woke up, smiled, stretched your arms, and said, Ah, today's gonna be a good day. If that moment feels like a distant memory, don't worry. Here's the truth. How you start your morning sets the tone for your entire day. Wake up grumpy? Everything feels heavy. Wake up light and grateful? Everything feels possible. And at this age, when you've earned the right to live on your own terms, why not start each day with a win? Secret number 1, the 5-second smile rule. The moment your eyes open, I want you to do this. Smile. Even if you don't feel like it, hold it for 5 seconds. It's called neurohacking. You're literally tricking your brain into releasing happy chemicals. It's free, it's easy, and yes, it works. Secret number 2, name 3 things. Before you touch your phone or even get out of bed, say 3 things you're grateful for. Doesn't have to be deep. I'm grateful for warm socks. Grateful for the smell of coffee. Grateful for the fact I didn't pee the bed. Hey, small wins, right? Gratitude is a natural antidepressant, and it trains your brain to see what's good first. Secret number 3, light movement, light mood. Don't jump out of bed like you're 22, but start with a 2-minute gentle stretch. Lift your arms, wiggle your toes, rotate your ankles. This gets blood flowing and signals to your body. Hey, we're alive, let's get moving. Bonus points if you hum while stretching. It stimulates the vagus nerve. Your inner calm button. Secret number 4, the happy soundtrack. Want a ridiculously simple mood booster? Play one feel-good song. The moment you walk into the kitchen, make it your anthem. Maybe it's Sinatra. Maybe it's the Bee Gees. Maybe it's gospel. Music lights up memory, emotion, and joy all at once. It's like coffee for the soul, with no side effects. Secret number 5, say one kind thing to yourself. No more waking up and criticizing your wrinkles or stiff joints. Instead, say one kind thing. Try, hey old timer, look at you still kicking. Or, you're wiser, stronger, and still got it. Self-kindness activates dopamine and confidence. And yes, even science agrees. Nice thoughts earn better mornings. Waking up happy after 70 isn't about perfect sleep or perfect health. It's about starting the day with intention, love, and humor. You've got decades of mornings behind you. Now it's time to make the ones ahead feel like a blessing. Tell me in the comments, what's your one small morning habit that makes you smile? Let's build the world's happiest senior morning routine together. Here's a truth that surprises most people. Seniors who dance regularly have better memory, balance, mood, and even longer lifespans. Yes, even more than those who just walk or go to the gym. Why? Because dance is medicine for the brain, the body, and the soul. Let me share something powerful. A 21-year study by the New England Journal of Medicine found that dancing was the only physical activity linked to a lower risk of dementia. Not walking, not swimming, not even cycling. Dancing. Why? Because dancing activates multiple brain functions at once: coordination, rhythm, memory, emotion, and spatial awareness. It's like a full brain workout wrapped in joy. When a senior dances, something magical happens. You stop being old and become limitless. It's not about perfect moves or fancy steps. It's about letting the music carry your spirit. You move with freedom, with grace, with fire. And here's the part most people don't see. Behind every dancing senior is a story of resilience, healing, and courage. They've lost people. They've battled health issues. And yet, they choose to dance. That's power. Dancing isn't just about movement. It's about connection. Whether it's ballroom, line dancing, salsa, or just swaying to a record at home, dance connects you to community, laughter, and love. Loneliness shrinks your life. But dance expands it. Listen, I've seen 80-year-olds who were depressed, withdrawn, barely moving. And once they joined a weekly dance class, everything changed. They smiled more, slept better, took fewer meds, and yes, even their joints moved better. Because movement with joy is a miracle drug. How to start dancing after 70, no excuses. If you haven't danced in years, that's okay. Here's how to start. Play one song a day you love. Stand or sit, and just move your shoulders, arms, or feet. Let go of looking silly. You're not dancing for anyone else. You're dancing for your soul. And if you're up for it, join a local community class or find YouTube dance videos for seniors. They're easy, fun, and safe for every fitness level. Dancing after 70 isn't about staying young. It's about celebrating that you're still here, still strong, still capable of joy, still willing to move with rhythm and purpose. And remember, every step is a reminder. Life isn't over. It's just getting groovy. Drop a or emoji in the comments if you believe dancing keeps us young, or tell us, what song makes you want to move every time you hear it? What if I told you that drinking one glass of warm water first thing in the morning could improve your heart health, digestion, metabolism, and even your energy levels? You'd probably think, really? Just warm water? Yes, really. But not just any water. Warm water. Here's the science behind why this simple habit has powerful effects, especially after 65. First, why warm water? Because as we age, our digestive system slows down. Cold water can shock your system and tighten blood vessels, making digestion sluggish. But warm water, it relaxes the muscles, promotes gentle circulation, and wakes up your internal organs in a soothing way. Think of it like starting your day with a warm hug from the inside out. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Warm water improves blood viscosity. That's a fancy term for how thick or thin your blood is. Thicker blood strains the heart. Warm water makes your blood flow smoother, reducing heart strain and supporting blood pressure stability. This is especially crucial for seniors dealing with hypertension, poor circulation, or cholesterol issues. During sleep, your body works hard to repair and detox. Drinking warm water in the morning helps flush out waste and supports kidney function. It's like giving your detox system a jumpstart, naturally. You don't need expensive cleanses, just a glass of warm water. Consistently. Let's talk real life. Many seniors struggle with constipation. It's frustrating, uncomfortable, and affects your mood. Warm water can stimulate intestinal movement and soften stool, making your mornings smoother in every sense. It's one of the oldest remedies in natural medicine, and still one of the best. Now, here's how I recommend you do it. First thing in the morning, before tea or coffee. Use a lukewarm or comfortably warm water, never hot enough to burn. Sip slowly, no need to gulp. You can add a slice of lemon or a teaspoon of raw honey if you like. But plain warm water is more than enough to work wonders. I've had patients who felt bloated, tired, and sluggish in the mornings. After just 1 week of starting their day with warm water, they reported better digestion, fewer aches, and even more regular sleep. It's not magic, it's body science plus consistency. Have you tried drinking warm water in the morning? Comment "warm start" if you already do, or try it tomorrow and let us know what changes you notice. There are the 2 common mistakes that people over 60 make at night, and most don't even realize how much these habits steal their energy and damage their sleep quality. Let's fix them together. Mistake number 1, using screens right before bed. Let's be honest, how many of us watch TV, scroll on our phones, or check emails in bed? Those glowing screens aren't just keeping you entertained, they're secretly tricking your brain into staying awake. Here's the science. Blue light from screens blocks melatonin, your sleep hormone. So even if you fall asleep eventually, through a deep rest and recovery, your brain needs doesn't happen properly. What to do instead? Stop screen use. At least 60 minutes cars before bed. Replace it with a book, soft music, or even light stretching. Or just lie in silence and breathe. Your brain loves that. Mistake number 2, eating or drinking too late. This one surprises a lot of people. If you eat a late dinner or snack right before bed, your body spends the night digesting instead of repairing. And if you drink too much water or tea late at night, say hello to bathroom trips at 2 a.m. and disrupted sleep cycles. What to do instead? Finish dinner. At least 2 to 3 hours in key areas before bed. Keep evening snacks small and light, like a banana or a few nuts. Stop drinking fluids. 90 minutes before sleep, unless you're on specific medication. After 60, your body is more sensitive to disruption. Hormones shift, sleep cycles change, and every bad habit, even a small one, has double the impact on your energy and memory the next day. Fixing these 2 things alone can improve your energy, support brain clarity, reduce night sweats and bathroom trips, deepen your REM sleep, the phase where your brain heals and stores memory. Which of these mistakes are you guilty of? Screens or late snacks? Comment below with screen or snack. And let's help each other create better bedtime habits. And if this helped you, share it with a friend who always wakes up saying, "I'm still tired." Let's bring it all together. If you're 70 plus and doing even ray out of these 6 things, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Let's recap. 1. Standing on one foot while brushing your teeth. Brain plus balance. 2. Getting up from a chair without using your hands. Kamidada, muscle strength. 3. Walking 30 minutes without feeling winded. Heart and lung power. 4. Recalling 3 items after 5 minutes. Mental sharpness. 5. Sleeping 6 to 8 hours without waking up. Often. Hormonal balance. 6. Getting morning erections or having strong blood flow to extremities. Circulatory health and vitality. If you can say yes to these, you're winning at life after 70. But if you struggle with 2 or more, don't panic. This is your wake-up call, not a death sentence. Aging is not a curse, it's a challenge, and challenges can be conquered with the right tools. Dr. James Carter. Every day is a fresh opportunity to take one step forward. Start with one change today. Maybe it's a 10-minute walk, or balancing on one leg while brushing your teeth. Small steps lead to big wins. Before you go, here's your 3-step mission. 1. Comment "I'm in" below if you're ready to fight back against aging and take charge of your health. 2. Share this with a friend over 60. This could literally add 5 more years to their life. Be the reason someone's grandparent lives to see their great-grandkids. 3. Join the Senior Spring Vitality Telegram group. This is where Dr. James Carter and our team share daily health checklists, free guides on senior fitness, early warning signs to watch, weekly QA with specialists. Link is in the description. It's 100% free. Your future self will thank you. This isn't the end of your story. It's the start of your comeback. Because after 70, the goal isn't just to live. It's to thrive, inspire, and enjoy every moment you've earned. I'm Dr. James Carter, and from all of us at Senior Spring Vitality, we're rooting for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for weekly videos just like this.